Welcome to today's yoga lesson. My name is Ashley and I'll be leading you through this vinyasa or flow-based yoga class with a theme around acceptance. Acceptance in your body, in where you are and where we are in this moment. So letting go of the past, at least for this moment, and not allowing ourselves to attach to worries about the future and accepting how we are right here, right now. All right, so we're going to start in this nice seated position. If you have a yoga mat, go ahead and grab that and just sit on down. Whatever is comfortable for you, so you can sit cross-legged. I prefer that. So it's whatever feels good on your body, so you can sit for a few minutes. Okay, so imagine yourself sitting super tall, because as you imagine it, you'll follow that guide and lifting it through the spine and your body. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Okay, on this inhale, we reach up, reach overhead, connect your hands at the top, and draw your hands down to your heart. Palms together, and press your thumbs right to your chest, right by your heart. Close your eyes and take a few more deep breaths in and out through your nose. As you do this, I want you to feel your heartbeat. Notice the pressure on your fingertips on one another. Notice your eyes closed. And mostly, notice how that inhale draws in and down the body, and the exhale draws out the body. I know that acceptance and contentment can be a very challenging theme or topic for many of us who have struggled in the past with body image or with not feeling like we're good enough. But the truth of the matter is that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. So instead of coming to our yoga practice to change ourselves, we come here to accept, to be the person that we are right now, rather than striving for whatever it is that we think we need to be. Because those are just thoughts. That is not who you are. Who you are is perfect in this moment. Carry that with you throughout these next few minutes. Take a couple more deep breaths, just holding here, holding strong. Letting that intention sink in, the intention of acceptance and letting go. And let's take our hands down into our lap, open your eyes, and roll yourself forward to your hands and knees. Take your hands right under your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. We'll start with some simple spinal movements and get our practice going physically. So as you inhale, look up and arch your back. Exhale, round the back, look down towards your belly. And you can do this practice at any time of day, morning or evening, or lunchtime, whatever. So keep pressing back and forth into that arched back and rounded back. Trying to articulate through the entire spine. Then we'll come back to a neutral position. Walk the hands forward about a hand distance. Maybe a little more forward, just in front of the shoulders. Keep the feet hip distance and tuck the toes under. Lift the knees a couple inches and then press back into that downward facing dog. And this down dog is our first one of the day. So we pedal the feet one at a time. Take some movement back and forth. You might sway the hips, that's cool. Each moment is an opportunity to check in with the sensations that you're feeling right here and right now. Okay, let's walk the feet forward right behind the hands, however many steps it takes. Right behind the hands a little bit wider.
Slight bend in the knees, grab the elbows, shake out your head, and sway side to side. Let's take some time to feel the hamstrings. Make sure there's not too much pressure on the back. So bend the knees as much as you need to. As you start to relax in this nice forward fold, imagine any stuck stories or thoughts that are in your head just falling out of your brain onto your mat, and you're wiping them away. Those moments that we don't need in this time, that can be set aside for a later time or not to be picked up yet at all again. Okay, come back to center. Hands to the floor, bend the knees, slowly roll yourself up. Arms are hanging long, and your head is the last thing that comes up to a standing position.
Right, so if you keep a soft bend in the knees at the top of the mat, hands down by your thighs. Draw the hands up as you inhale, drawing all that good energy, good stuff up your body. Then press it forward and down. It's called wheel breath, just a nice circular pattern to reflect your breath and movement. And it's a simple use of your hands and your body, so there's nothing super straining. You've got that soft bend, deep breath. And breathing natural to your body. That might not, deep to your body. That might not mean super, super slow, but it's also not super fast. So find a pace that works and you feel the breath coming down into lower part of the belly, that dantian area, that central pivotal point. Okay, let's do one more. Take the hands up your body. Extend them out long and keep them long. Let's hold it. Release the hands so the wrists are loose. Take an inhale, brush high. This is called brush hands. It's a nice little, similar, kind of like a Tai Chi movement, breath and movement. But feeling those wrists and hands loose. And warming up the legs. Keep your chest lifted. And only going down as far as your legs allow, with keeping good posture. Inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. So let's turn to the side now. As you inhale, we reach straight up. Turn one foot, bend the opposite knee a little bit. Exhale as you fold over that straight leg. Inhale, rise up tall like a rainbow and coming across to the other side. Inhale, rise up. Woo. Other side again. Take it down, a little hamstring stretch. And make it smooth. One more time. Reach up, connect your hands at the top. Turn the toes out slightly, lower down into a squat. Elbows to the knees, chest lifted, posture is tall. Once again, you can close your eyes here. I know it's not as simple as a seated pose, but as we close our eyes, we start to get comfortable in our discomfort. Start to remain calm and steady, even though you might be feeling your ankles, your hips, your back. If you're able to breathe slowly and fluidly through this, you can get through this. Oftentimes, you can get through anything. And that's what yoga is here to teach us. It's here to tap into those uncomfortable places and teaches us, well, shows us what our current reactions are and teaches us a better way to react in peace and calm with our breath. So today, some of these poses will be challenging and we will hold. And I want you to hold and believe in yourself and your own strength that you currently already have within you. Okay, let's start with a little bit more movement now. Take the hands to the floor, lengthen the legs. Heel toe your feet together. Second time, roll yourself up to a standing pose. Sun salutation A. Feet together, palms face forward, shoulders, chest lifted, shoulders roll back and down. Reach those arms up, inhale. Mountain pose, reach high. Exhale, open the arms, diving down to the floor. Inhale, half lift, lengthening the back, look forward. Exhale, step back to plank pose and pause. Our first plank pose. High plank pose, we take our shoulders over the wrists. So instead of leaning back or shifting back, we're shifting more forward. Press into the fingertips. Engage your abs and lift through the kneecaps so you feel your quads engaged too. Look at the top of the mat. Hug the elbows in so they face the back of the room. Shift forward a little more with your knees down or lifted. Bend the elbows up to 90 degrees. Upward facing dog, lift the shoulders. Chest open, shoulders back and down. We take the first sun salutation slow, so just keep breathing as we move through this. Look down on an exhale, roll or make your way back to downward dog that we've been to before. But stay still in this position. Heels turn slightly out. Press the heels towards the ground. Melt the heart towards the thighs. And look back towards your toes or knees. One more deep breath. Look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 2 more sun salutation A's. Look forward, reach those arms out and up, stand up. Let's add a back bend. Pull the elbows back and down, open the heart, be open to whatever experience arises. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Lengthen, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Shift forward, high plank. Exhale, elbows bend, descent. Halfway down, inhale, upward dog, lift the heart. Exhale, down and facing dog. Hips up high. Take a deep breath, lift the tailbone. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look forward and rise, reaching up. Again, back bend, pull the elbows back and down. Inhale, reach up high, extended mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step back to plank. Deep breath in, shift. Exhale, lower to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, we'll take the feet together in this downward dog so the toes touch. Then lift the right leg high. Bending the knee, bend the right knee. Then pivot, externally rotate the right leg. So give yourself a little bit of an open hip. Look underneath the left shoulder to keep the shoulders in line and level. You can rotate that ankle a little bit. And then bring it back down to the floor. Second side, left leg rises. Bend the knee, open up in the hip, look underneath the right shoulder. And take your leg back down to the floor. Feet still together, lift that right leg, inhale up. Exhale, bend the knee, step between the hands. Back knee comes down to the floor. Reach up for a high lunge, high kneeling lunge. And take the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, press down and look up. One more deep breath. Then fold forward, take the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Then lift the hands so you get more stretch in the front of the shoulders. Release your hands, taking the hands to frame that front foot. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches up for a twisted lunge. We've been on our knee quite some time, so let's tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee into a side, a twisted lunge, twisted low lunge. Look down at that left hand. Make sure the left hand is nice and stable. Step the right foot back, back, back.
to side plank, lifting the hips, reaching with that right hand, extending to lift the right rib cage to the sky. Create space between floor and left side of the body. How about, let's try it with that right leg. Pivoting back to plank pose, hands down, feet down, shift forward so the shoulders are over the fingers. Lower, halfway down, up dog, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Feet together once again, lift that left leg, inhale, flex the foot, exhale, bend the knee, set between the hands. Again, start with that knee down, back knee down, reach up for high lunge. Hands behind the back, take opposite thumb on top, try it, it feels a little bit weird. Press down and look up. Keep sliding the left knee forward so you get more stretch in the right hip flexor and quad. One more deep breath, inhale. Lean forward, left shoulder to the left knee or to the inside of the knee. That right leg might not be as long anymore, that's okay. Keep working those hands up towards the sky. Okay, release the hands down to the floor, framing that left foot. Right hand stays down, left hand reaches up for the twist. Then tuck the back toes, lift that right knee, keeping right shoulder, left knee close to one another, reaching straight up. Look up towards the left hand, left thumb. And relax your shoulder. If you need to keep that knee down, again, accept where you are today. Notice what your body is craving and what it needs. If it needs that challenge today, take it. If it needs a rest, take it. Okay, look down at the right hand, make sure it's grounded. Left foot will step or float or make its way back into side plank. Extend the left arm overhead and reach hips up higher. You can look down towards the right hand or challenge your balance by looking up. Left foot hovers above. More core strength, more right glute activation. You'll have a tendency to hike up the shoulders to the ears, so keep those relaxed. You don't need them right now. Okay, back to plank pose, look down. Take your feet hip distance, hands shoulder distance. Shift forward, chaturanga low plank. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Okay, let's take the knees down to the floor and we'll lift our upper bodies. Stretch out the wrists a little bit if you're feeling a little bit of tension from that side plank. We're going to continue our practice of heart opening and acceptance. And for that, we're doing a nice little moving camel pose. So movement based from side to side, right to left side. Take the right hand, reach for the right heel or the right hip. Hip or heel. Left arm reaching into that side bend. And we'll do this back and forth movement. It's a circular motion with your hips. So you swing around, left hand reaches for left heel or left hip, right hand reaches up. So let's go back and forth a few times. Reaching and feeling that core strength start to cultivate. Everyone loves a little bit of core strength, right? You might not like doing the activity, the core strength in the activity, but we can all appreciate the strength that our core gives us and supplies us through our entire body. As our core is often, it is the central point. Those muscles that wrap around the spine, very important. And finally, let's finish on the left side. And
resting on the heels just for a second. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. I want you to imagine right here how you need to feel or who you need to be and how you need to act, what you need to do to become that not perfect, but optimal you. Because everything that you're imagining, you already have. You can be and you can do. One of the big things that I try to teach is to not stress or worry about those things that cause you worry and stress. About eating, about fitness, about your life. Everything is as it needs to be. You just keep doing little consistent actions to make us feel better each day. You showed up here today, and that's pretty much most of the battle. The real challenge is to show up every day and do those little tasks that lead you to a direction of change of where you want to be. Okay, let's take ourselves back up to a kneeling position. Take your hands together at your heart. Again, press your thumbs towards your chest and feel that connection. Roll the shoulders back and down. Start to lean back and look up. Now we don't have to go too far. You want to keep the hips over the knees, so press them forward. You've got two choices. So you can keep the hands at our heart and hold in the center position, or reach the hands up and back, separating the hands and opening. This is a very vulnerable position. These back bends, these heart openers. They can bring up emotions, they can bring up feelings, just bring up some anxiety. I want you to breathe through that and notice what comes up. Maybe a little shakiness. You can get a little bit deeper, maybe a centimeter, an inch. Okay, let's take the hands back to your heart and sit back down. And let it go, hold for a few breaths. Okay, lean to the side, bring your legs around. Legs will go straight forward. And to reverse that heart opening and some of that back bend, we're going to reverse that with a nice forward fold. So extend the legs forward, straight forward, heels pressing, knees pressing down. Reach those arms up, then hinging at the waist, shift forward. Reach as far forward as you can before the hands come down to the floor. Grab onto the feet or your legs. And this is about the sensation in the back of the legs. You might feel a little bit of pressure in the lower back, but there shouldn't be any pain, or especially sharp shooting pain. And there should be more discomfort and sensation in the legs than there is in the back. So for you, you're up here, perfect. You can stay up here and feel those hamstrings. Each inhale draws your length through your body. Each exhale gets you a little bit deeper. Slowly roll yourself back up. Let's do a little twist. We'll keep it simple. Take the right leg, bend it, and then right foot over the top of left knee. Lift up tall and hug that right knee with the left arm or left elbow and rotate, twist or wrapping around the spine, looking past the right shoulder. And even though you're twisting, I know the twist can make breathing more challenging, more constricted. Let's try to deepen it even more than if we weren't in the twist. Release this side. Switch, right leg forward. Left knee bends. Take that left foot over the right knee. Hug that left knee. Left hand places at the back, the base of your back. Look back, twist and exhale. Keep the sits bones grounded, so we're not lifting or leaning to one side. Bring it back to the center. Draw the feet together with the knees open wide. Grab onto the feet and sit tall. And press the elbows to the thighs, towards the ribcage and down on the thighs, leaning forward. It's a little hip opener. We didn't do a lot of hip opening today, but it's good to hit a little bit for every part of the body, even in a short class. Lift back up, take your knees together. We'll roll down to the floor. So toes at the top of the mat, reach forward, tuck the chin, and slow descent. So work this transition as a core strengthening transition. Can we go even slower? How slow can you go? We're fighting to slow down that little dropping point that tends to happen. It's about right here. So let's keep it going super slow. Feel the shakiness. Embrace it. Love it. And we're down. Maybe you're still going. Who knows? All right, feet about hip distance apart. Knees bent. Palms down by your heels. Press into the heels. Head on the floor, shoulders on the floor. And lift your tailbone, then your lower back. Slowly peeling yourself up into bridge pose. Squeeze the shoulders together. One more little opening for our body. You lower it back down. Start from the upper back. Peeling it down, noticing each vertebrae hit the floor until your tailbone comes down. Legs together, and take your legs straight up. We'll use this as our inversion today. Simple reversing blood flow inversion, where you got your toes up, legs up. If this is uncomfortable for the hamstrings, you can take a block or a blanket or something underneath the tailbone, and that's going to help to lengthen the angle between, it's like lengthen the angle between your legs and your upper body, which is going to help with if you have some tightness. So it should feel relaxing. Okay, draw the knees in and give yourself a hug. Like a real hug. Like get up here, hug your knees, and pull it in and rock side to side. So not only are we doing that little massaging of the back, we're also giving ourselves this nice, really loving hug. Like, thank you, body. So you'll take your right hand on your belly and your left hand to your heart. Feet together and knees open wide. If it's more comfortable to have your feet extended, you can extend them forward or
keep your feet like mine and your knees open for that nice little low back release and hip opening. So you'll feel your breath with your right hand and your heartbeat with your left hand, tuning into the sensations of now. That's the great thing about focusing on our breath, is that it brings us back to the now. Notice that you are alive. You are an energetic being. And you get to choose the direction of change. You get to choose your reactions to circumstances. We're going to keep that knowledge with us, right here and beyond. For the next few minutes, I'd like you to think of all of the things that you love about yourself. It could be physical, it could be personality traits, it could be your thought process, it could be the things that you have in your life already, but the things that you love about yourself right now. And I'm hoping as time goes on, as you start to develop in your yoga practice, that list will become longer and longer until it encompasses everything in your whole being. So take a few minutes and enjoy this practice. Come back to it whenever you're feeling down, and remember those things that you love.